The Book of the Damned, by Charles Hoyfort, Chapter 8f. Blinkenberg gives many instances of the superstition of thunderstones, which flourishes only where mentality is in a lamentable state, or universally. In Malacca, Sumatra, and Java, natives say that stone axes have often been found under trees that have been struck by lightning. Blinkenberg does not dispute this, but says it is coincidence. That the axes were of course upon the ground in the first place. That the natives jumped to the conclusion that these carved stones had fallen in or with lightning. In Central Africa, it is said that often have wedge-shaped, highly polished objects of stone, described as axes, been found sticking in trees that have been struck by lightning, or by what seemed to be lightning. The natives, rather like the unscientific persons of Memphis, Tennessee, when they saw snakes after a storm, jumped to the conclusion that the axes had not always been sticking in the trees. Livingstone, Last Journals, pages 83, 89, 442, 448, says that he has never heard of stone implements used by natives of Africa. A writer in the report of the Smithsonian Institution, 1877, page 308, says that there are a few, that they are said, by the natives, to have fallen in thunderstorms. As to luminosity, it is my lamentable acceptance that bodies falling through this earth's atmosphere, if not warned even, often fall with a brilliant light, looking like flashes of lightning. This matter seems important. We'll take it up later, with data. In Prussia, 2 stone axes were found in the trunks of trees, one under the bark. Blinkenberg, Thunder Weapons, page 100. The finders jumped to the conclusion that the axes had fallen there. Another stone axe, or wedge-shaped object of worked stone, said to have been found in a tree that had been struck by something that looked like lightning. Thunder Weapons, page 71. The finder jumped to the conclusion. Story told by Blinkenberg of a woman who lived near Kulsbjergen, Sweden, who found a flint near an old willow near her house. I emphasize near her house, because that means familiar ground. The willow had been split by something. She jumped. Cow killed by lightning, or by what looked like lightning, Isle of Sark, near Guernsey. The peasant who owned the cow dug up the ground at the spot and found a small green stone axe. Blinkenberg says that he jumped to the conclusion that it was this object that had fallen luminously, killing the cow. Raleigh Carey, 1867, page 207. A flint axe found by a farmer, after a severe storm, described as a fearful storm, by a signal staff, which had been split by something. I should say that nearness to a signal staff may be considered familiar ground. Whether he jumped, or arrived at the conclusion by a more leisurely process, the farmer thought that the flint object had fallen in the storm. In this instance we have a lamentable scientist with us. It's impossible to have positive difference between orthodoxy and heresy. Somewhere there must be a merging into each other, or an overlapping. Nevertheless, upon such a subject as this, it does seem a little shocking. In most important works upon meteorites, the peculiar, sulphurous odor of things that fall from the sky is mentioned. Sir John Evans, Stone Implements, page 57, says, with extraordinary reasoning powers, if he could never have thought such a thing with ordinary reasoning powers, that this flint object proved to have been the bolt, by its peculiar smell when broken.